Hello there, welcome to another episode of the People's Lima. It's episode 195. I am your host, Eric Lima. What's going on? Reporting from my room, but I'm doing it on the phone this time around. The reason why I didn't do it in my car as I usually do, because I didn't look presentable enough, so I just took a shower. I got a haircut, getting ready for my brother's wedding, which I have coming Saturday off, November 1st, so it'll be the 1st of November, so it'll be the first day off in quite a while. So I'm really excited and really gung-ho for this wedding, and hopefully it will turn out very good and very well. Just happy to see my brother get married. I'm very happy for him, and hope the wedding works out as well as planned. Well, today I want to talk, since Halloween is coming up, and talking about the strange people talking about, well, what kind of monsters are you afraid of, monsters and all that. And do you have any nightmares? I had the weirdest nightmare when I was a kid growing up. And this is going to be a doozy for those of you who probably think this guy's out of his mind. Well, guess what? I am crazy. When I was a kid, about 3 years old, probably it was back in the early 80s, I used to watch on the PBS channel, The Electric Company, all about words and sentences and all that. And there's one segment that really I thought was really cool, was the 3 to 5 second segment, especially when they did reruns from 1977 in their final season, especially when a character or a person or a group of kids have 3 or 5 seconds to read the next word they see. Can you read it before they do? And every time, if they succeed, an alarm goes off. A new alarm win. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I used to go over to my Nana's house. My Nana had this bust statue of a matador, and had the creepiest looking face, it's very stoic, the face. It's like, but here's where it gets all weird. I usually close my eyes. I usually picture this matador head floating, coming towards me in the hallway of my house, towards my bedroom. When I lived in the old house, my bed was, this was before I moved here back in 95. I lived upstairs. It was upstairs. It was when I was only 3 years old, mind you. It's going to be difficult to describe it. Bear with me here. You probably get the weird idea. The hallway was like a little far off, and the door was open. My parents want to see the door open, want to make sure the door is open just in case. I usually have a nightlight. I usually sleep with a nightlight. I don't know why I sleep with a lamp today. Possibly, I don't know. I have no windows or anything else. And although I felt comfortable, I don't know. Am I scared? This is when I was a kid. I used to have a little nightlight at the bottom. I used to try to sleep with it on, I usually sleep with my eyes open too, which is the weird part. And that bust statue of that matador bust, I usually dreamed it usually comes towards me. But instead of the face of the human, it used to be the face of a skeleton. And as it comes towards me, I usually hear this sound. That was the sound that goes off when this is my nightmare. When this busted matador statue that looks like and it has a skull instead of face, and it's like cackling and laughing at the same time. I usually get scared a lot. I usually run downstairs and try to get some sleep there while my father's watching TV and all that. And they had to convince me to go to bed. And so after a while, I got over it. Of course, I think being the only child in this house is very back then, when I was the only child in the house, in the family, so it was really difficult. So, but now with other people in this house and everything, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Here in my room, I usually keep myself busy now, and it was the weirdest story ever. So, to recap, Electric Company wind alarm sound, plus my Nana's statue, a matador bust statue, with a skeleton face floating towards me This was a weird nightmare. I couldn't even sleep for a few days because of this. And even if I go over my nana's house to sleep over, if my parents were going away or something, my mother was still alive. When they would go away, to do something, I usually sleep over my nana's house, and I tried to sleep in that living room where that statue is, and I cannot stop thinking about that. So it was so weird. You know what I mean? That's the weirdest nightmare I have ever seen. You don't believe me, man. I'm like, woo, okay. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things. It's like, oh my God, it was one of those weird nightmares I had. I couldn't sleep. And that was just so bad, And it was the weirdest nightmare ever. I don't know if you got any weird nightmares. You mean any weird nightmares weirder than mine growing up as a kid? Well, I appreciate. I like to hear from you on my comments page. Just I want to see what you guys think. I am a weird dude, but that was probably the weirdest nightmare I ever had. It was totally crazy. It was totally crazy, and probably the weirdest nightmare on the planet. But I got over that, thank God. Or else I'd be like grabbing a baseball bat, die, you stupid SOB, die, and act like Ryback. Feed me more, feed me. Speaking of which, let's go on. Segue. That's a perfect segue to Monday Night Raw. Hell in a Cell was crazy enough. Seth Rollins got the win over Ambrose because Bray Wyatt got involved. Cena beat Orton. Cena's #1 contender. And let's see. All the champions retained their titles, of course, which is really cool. But Big Show lost to Rusev. Mark Henry said, "Hey, let's off branch, go for the tag team titles. We can beat Golden Stardust." But Mark Henry turned against Big Show on Monday Night Raw. That was it. So, and Randy Orton beat the stuffing out of Seth Rollins. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in that situation. The Authority tried to get John Cena to join forces with them. Cena refused. On Monday Night Raw, so said, "Hey, Survivor Series Team Cena versus Team Authority. It's gonna be hard for people to join forces with Cena because the Authority, because of the power, the intimidation the Authority has." I'm sure Randy Orton will probably have no problem joining forces with Cena. If Seth Rollins is on that team, I'm sure Orton will probably, it looks like Dolph Ziggler may end up joining because Ziggler got beat up by Kane. He beat Kane in the matchup, but got beat up by him and Kane and Rollins. Cena came out, full-scale riot. Everything's blown out of proportion. Chaos is in the air. And let's see what else happened. Boy. Bo Dallas issued an open challenge. Out comes the returning Ryback. Feed me more. Ryback rules. So he's back, and he says he's grateful to the WWE Universe. So Ryback, welcome back, big guy. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you can get a championship with us by your side. And not only that, I like to see him and Rusev. About time Rusev gets dropped on his friggin' head with the shell shocked. Who knows what will happen? Hogan addresses the breast cancer survivors from Susan G. Komen since the month of October is winding down. Like I said, it's Friday's Halloween, guys. Be safe out there. Trick or treat. I'm not gonna do any trick or treating out there. There's a lot on my mind. It's gonna be a crazy weekend. We get Halloween. We get Halloween. All right. The rest of the family's gonna go over with my sisters. I'm probably going there to eat some food and come back home, take another shower, and try to get myself mentally prepared for my brother's wedding, which is Saturday. And then Sunday, don't forget, this coming Sunday, change your clocks back an hour. I recommend it so don't forget, if you wake up early and like, hey, I'm home early, who knows what will happen. Sorry about that. So that is the time we have on the show for today. Episode 195 complete. This is Eric Levin saying, be cool, stay solid. Remember, kids, be like Billy, behave yourselves. Not only that, have a nice day, go shop at Kmart and save the Texas Prairie Chicken. See ya. Goodbye.